it's Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals, and it is time for our HAULoween. I I'll see myself out now. Sorry for the dorky dad joke, but it's our, I guess, September, October, 2024 Halloween. Halloween. Get Anyways, I'm terrible. I know. I can't stop. It's a problem, really. So this month I have mostly I've been buying a lot of books because hi, giant book nerd, if you hadn't already figured that out. So where to start? Because I'm currently crouching amongst a myriad of books, which I can now put away, which is awesome. And I have some crystals too. So and maybe other things, I don't know. But anyway, so we're starting with the first book. I've been getting more interested in alchemy and or practical alchemy. So I've been picking up some books. I haven't read most of them yet, but this one is called Spagyrics. It is the alchemical preparation of medicinal essences, tinctures, and elixirs. So this kind of goes in a bit with, and it is by Manfred M. Junius. When is this from? This is from 1979, it looks like. So I obviously, with what I make with like tinctures and elixirs, this is something that I'm interested in. But yeah, so I've been picking up some books on this. I haven't really dug into this yet. This is just getting added to my alchemy collection for when I have free time to get to that. Anyways. This is going to be a true testament to my absolute, I'm not even sure what where my nerdery, there's a word for you, where my occult nerd side meets my neurospicy side. I've actually read this is M. Bellinger's The Dictionary of Demons. And I find this actually, books like this, I very rarely read fiction. I mostly read nonfiction. So this is actually, I find this helpful to have books like this on hand, because sometimes like a spirit will if I'm not familiar with them, and I'll be like, okay, in one of the previous videos I was talking about the spirit of Zyla, who was the mother. She's from the bloodline of Cain. It took me a little while to figure out who she was. I had to kind of dig around I was working with other people on this too, to try to figure out like the spelling of the name, who she was, and what made sense. And Zyla is the wife of Lamech. I think he was the bloodline of Cain, but her children are Nama and Tubal Cain. So once I was able to put that all together, made a lot more sense. So having something like this on hand, and also not for nothing, I love a good bibliography. I know I've got some issues. I did used to work in a library, so I love a good bibliography, because then I'm like, here's some more books I can buy. But highly recommended. This is also available in audiobook version. Sometimes I sometimes will have things in audiobook and the physical book, because I can listen to the book while I'm working on stuff. And then now I've got my thing here where I'm like, okay, so who was that? And just learning about different spirits. So highly recommend. High Moon. Speaking of spirits. And speaking of spirits, I'm currently working my way through this hefty tome and possible weapon. Judica Illis. Encyclopedia of Spirits, the ultimate guide to the magic of fairies, genies, demons, ghosts, gods, and goddesses. What I like about this so far, I haven't gotten through, I'm mostly into the introduction, the first 108 pages of the introduction. Actually, I may have gotten through that. But her approach, what I like about this is she's not approaching this as, oh, gods and goddess good, angels great, demons bad. It's very sort of Well, why do people think demons are bad? Because they were demonized. So it talks about different. Yeah, the preliminary stuff is talking about different types of spirits, a lot of those little things. But that's one of the things I liked it. And again, since this is more expansive than the dictionary of demons, because this includes everything. Like I've got the Dugda, Karos, Charon. So we've got Greece. You've got the Loa in here. So she gives you, the origin, like this one here, Ba. I can't even pronounce it. It's a Vietnamese spirit. So it's alphabetical. Like there's this one's from Lithuania, Gabija, the goddess of ashes. So this is going to inform some of the next books I have here, because, and a little bit of a segue, is one of the things I am working on. I'm going to do a separate video on this at some point, is that I'm exploring my own cultural heritage of Slavic witchcraft from the Ukraine, the former Czechoslovakia, so Czech Republic, Slovakia, Bohemia, Romania, that whole Eastern Carpathian swath, and some into Russia and whatnot. But so the next two books I have here, I just picked these up. I haven't started reading them yet. This is Notes on Ukrainian Demonology by Vasil Miloradovich. This is actually, I think, a much older book, because he lived from 1846 to 1911. So I want to start learning more about my cultural heritage, because there's a lot of things that were lost over the years. So I've started picking up some books here. I do have other books, Slavic witchcraft, which I'm going to reread. I have a couple, like Russian black magic and occult Russia, and a Bohemian magic book. So that's something that I am interested in. And I just want to take one little brief rejoinder here and say, when you see the word demonology, I want you to be careful with this, because now demonology can be the study of demons, which is fine, but there's also demonology when you get into like the Ed and Lorraine Warren, like Christian kind of, "Ooh, demons bad," kind of stuff. So when you're looking at books on demonology, be careful that you're not just buying Christian propaganda. Pro tips. So this is another one I picked up. It's called Slavic Spirits and Demons, Tales of Myth, Legend, and Faith by Perun Mountain. So this is got some interesting, it's got the different types of spirits. I like there's one in here I really liked the illustration for. Now I can't find it. It was really cute. Maybe it was that one. That was weird looking. Where are you? Anyways. Yeah, this one. Very cute. That is a Dorovoi. So this, again, I'm trying to get in touch with and sort of meld my current practices as a demonologist with my cultural heritage, looking at the Slavic folklore, mythology, and stuff of that nature. So that's where I'm going with that. I need to change position because I'm really uncomfortable. All right, now I'm little. Here we go. All right, where did we leave off? Well, it wouldn't be a haul if I didn't pick up yet another Esconley book. So we have Bound in Blood, Musings of a Demonolotress, Volume 1. I actually just started reading this. I got it a while ago, but I just started reading this a couple days ago, maybe. So a lot of this is compiled from some of her writings from her different blogs and stuff. So it's interesting so far. I have only read the first couple chapters or essays, as it were. But, it's different thoughts and things like there's just one on pacts with demons, discrimination and discernment, sexism and magic. That should be interesting. Fluffy. I like her writing style because we kind of vibe on the similar aspects. So we got that. We got that. Where are we now? So I've been vending at a lot of events this fall, so I've been picking up different books from different authors that are at events. I just and late in September I vended at a spiritual and holistic expo, so I picked up some books from some of the authors that were there. So this is one I got called My Ascension Guide by Danielle Lipton, a collection of spiritual downloads channeled by the star people and Arcturians. I don't know. So, but it was interesting. I just sometimes, and this is something I recommend. Pick up something and read it, even though you have no idea what it's about, or it's just completely like obviously I mean, I have a lot of books on demonology and witchcraft and things like that, but then this is something entirely different. So she's a globally known channel of extraterrestrials known as the Star People. They are a collective of different races from multiple planets who come together who assist humanity's evolution and spiritual growth. So, but reading some of the stuff that was in here is interesting. It's different. I like having multiple perspectives for things, even if I'm like, okay, 95% of this I don't like, but hey, this one thing on, Dancing in the Darkness really resonated with me. So, or Light in the Darkness. Maybe that's the one thing I got from this book. So that's kind of what I want to emphasize when you're learning and reading things. Go for the weird shit too. That is definitely something I would recommend. Next up, I have this is Apocalyptic Witchcraft by Peter Gray. Friends of ours, we have a witchy book club, or whatever. We've been reading this book for 400,000 years now, and may finish up at some point. I'm hoping we do. This is I have no idea how to describe this book. It's like part manifesto. It's very philosophical. It's not. This is not a book you're going to be like, ooh, I'm going to try that ritual or something. It's very getting you to think outside the box, thinking about the more revolutionary aspects of witchcraft, pulling in historical stuff from all over the place, whether it's goddess, and there's also kind of like some little poetic prose pieces in here as well. But there's a lot of really cool stuff. And let's see, let's look at the description on the back. Apocalyptic Witchcraft gives a compelling and profound account of the Sabbath and wild hunt as living experiences. Dream, lunar, and menstrual magic are explored as a path to this knowledge. The wolf, the devil, and the goddess of witchcraft are encountered in the landscape that ultimately reveals the witch to her or himself. These are not separate threads, but arise from a deep mythic structure, woven together in a single unifying voice, alternating between polemic, poetic, and ecstatic prose. An harmonious course is revealed in sequence of elegant stratagems, and it goes on from there. But I just want to give you the little TLDR. And I do recommend this. I don't know if it might be out of print. I picked this up on eBay. So what else do we have here? Okay, the next is, this is probably a little bit more on the woo-woo love and light side, but this is the Human Design Workbook, a step-by-step guide to understanding your own chart, how it can transform your life, by Karen Curry Parker. So this is something I did. There's 5 types of, human design. You have manifestor, generator, manifesting generator, projector, reflector. So it's kind of like taking your Myers-Briggs type and your astrological chart and some of those type of things, numerology and all of that. It's a similar kind of thing in kind of finding out about who you are. I know from when I'd done something online a while back is that my type is a manifesting generator. So, let's see. This is another book I picked up at the event that I've ended at last month. And this is Journeying Between the Worlds, Walking with the Sacred Spirits Through Native American Shamanic Teachings and Practices by Eagle Skyfire. I believe she's local because I've seen her. I've ended at events with her. Yeah, she lives in Philadelphia, so that would explain it. But I picked this up because I'm like, let's just see what this is all about. And it's going into my ever-growing library of things I have to read. And I do get through a fair amount in a year's time. This is another one, just kind of randomly picked it up. This is Wise Woman, Maiden, Mother, Crone. It's a collection of stories by different authors around that topic. So on the different archetypes of the divine goddess. This is just something I picked up. I'm like, hey, why not? And lastly, on the book front, like I told you, a lot of books this month. I've talked about this book before in a couple other videos recently, and I am telling you, this book needs to be required reading. This is The Origin of Satan, How Christians Demonize Jews, Pagans, and Heretics by Elaine Pagels. It is a very scholarly book, and she's a theologian, so she's not like, writing from a practitioner perspective, but it really gives you the understanding you need to have when we talk about demons and stuff like that. How the early Christian church demonized, like the title says. So a lot of this goes into, she's written a lot on like the Gnostic Gospels. She did some work with the Nag Hammadi library, but this should honestly be required reading. It is available in audiobook form on Audible. Again, read this book. If you read one book in the next year, it should be this book, because it'll give you such a profoundly different understanding of the world and why things are gestures around at literally everything, why we're in the fuck shit we're in right now. So, moving along into our Halloween. We're going to go into crystals and whatever else I got that I can show you, because there's probably a ton of stuff I forgot. I usually keep a little running list, but so the next up, I took a meander to, there's a really cool rock shop. It's huge. We're talking like, small warehouse, kind of huge. But they have a lot of amazing stuff. It's called Bay's Rock Shop. It's in Pottstown, PA. But this is a really pretty piece, a specimen of Chrysocolla and malachite. So I like malachite a lot. It's very protective. And also, as I mentioned earlier in my exploration of my own cultural heritage, is malachite figures very prominently into Slavic folklore. So it's something that I'm interested in. And Chrysocolla is good for like emotional healing, confidence, creativity, inspiration. And again, this is more of a blue-green stone. It's really pretty. But yeah, one of the cool things, I have to find it somewhere or find the whole story. There's a Slavic myth or Russian myth, because a lot of malachite comes from I believe the Ural Mountains, and it's called the Malachite Maiden. She's like the protector of the malachite mines. So, I got this cute little rainbow prism. Isn't it pretty? I don't know why, and I dinged the tip on it. I'm good at breaking the tips off of anything pointy. It's a tragedy, really. What else do I have on here? Sometimes I get things and they are like, I got a cute little yuperlite tombstone, which is UV reactive. It's just up there now. It's part of a wording for something, probably along with the black tourmaline chunk. I did get, let's see if I can reach it. I cannot. I did get a couple little Nuumite tumbles. It might look like a really indescript black stone little, it's light, surprisingly. But Nuumite is actually, I think, the oldest mineral at like, I want to say 5 or 6 billion years old. So I like it for connecting with like primordial energy and that really like land spirit, deep earth kind of energy. I'm not sure why I have it there, but what else did I get? Yeah, I pick up random things all the time, and then I have more random things. And apparently, I picked up so many random things. I won a little shopping cart full of crystal tumbles from the shop down the street, Kindred Spirits. So I've got clear quartz, lithium quartz, rutilated quartz, hematite, Apache tears, gold sheen obsidian, brown jasper, Marian jasper, smoky quartz. Love me some smoky quartz. Excuse me. Rainbow hematite, blue lace agate, asterite, serpentine, tree agate, idiocrase, prasiolite, African turquoise, golden healer, red aventurine, mahogany obsidian, kunzite rough, hematoid, rose quartz, beta quartz, dorina jasper, and a sunstone pendulum, which I'm going to say I probably broke the pendulum on Prince. Oh, no, it's got a... Oh, good. It's got... Speaking of like breaking the tips off of things, I have the worst luck with like crystal pendulums. This one's at least a little more... it's not as pointy, because boy howdy do I break those really easily. And we got a whole bunch of shiny little rocks that I am going to have to, well, this one's the rainbow obsidian. That was easy enough to tell. Yep, so that's Apache tears. Cool. Anyways, yeah, I got lots of crystals. I'm going to put these in a bin thing so I don't lose them. And put that in there. And put my list in so I might be able to match up who goes where. And shopping cart back. Where did I put my list? Yep, my black I get a lot. I use black tourmaline a lot for like warding. So if I bought black tourmaline, it's warding something and for protection somewhere. Oh, I forgot. I picked these up at an event I was vending at last week. This is from the Gnostic Apothecary. I really dig these. They're little incense papers. So they're super cool because you can write your petition on it and then just burn it, and it smells good. They're just little pieces of paper, and they smell nice. Yeah, I've been very busy vending at events. It's been crazy. Anything else? No, I don't think I do. Or do I? Don't know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed our Halloween. I know, I'm terrible. I'm embarrassed for myself at this point, really. I'll just hang my head in shame. Anywho, thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. I'm sure we'll be back with a Yule haul. Sounds like U-Haul. Well, anyways, now we've got our witty pun for that one. Or Thanksgiving, anyways. So I'm probably gonna be crazy busy between now and then, but don't forget to follow us on social media, sign up for our e-newsletter, click like and subscribe, yakety schmackety, you know the spiel by now if you watch my videos. Anyways, love you all.